This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 180 pounds, Lee Johnson.
Big shotty Lee Johnson here in our main event tonight on AEW Dark. Another great opportunity for this young competitor. Can he maximize it, Taz?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We shall see. I mean, Lee definitely got a tough record at 0-4, but he's got a tough competitor here. But Lee can go. This should be a hell of a match, man.
And his opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing 184 pounds, they call him the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara.
It's a rare appearance by the one and only Sammy G, a personal friend of mine, by the way.
Is that why you call him Sammy G?
Yeah, I only call him Sammy G, just me. Rare appearance on AEW Dark right here. A proud member right there of the Inner Circle.
Inner Circle Sammy Guevara will be teaming up with Ortiz tomorrow night on AEW Dynamite to take on MJF and Wardlow.
That's going to be such a really interesting matchup. We saw Ortiz go off on Dynamite right to the face of MJF. He went off on him, shut him up.
Yeah, neither Guevara or Ortiz want MJF in the Inner Circle. It will be MJF and Jericho at Full Gear November 7th on pay-per-view, BR Live, or Fight TV to determine if MJF is allowed to join the Inner Circle.
Well, I can understand just my opinion on that. You know, my opinion on how the members of the Inner Circle don't want, they don't want MJF in the Inner Circle. But listen, let's be honest. They need to try to keep attention with Chris Jericho. Chris is a very busy man. He's the proud leader of the Inner Circle, and I would assume they don't want someone like an MJF involved, because MJF's a huge personality. He's also a little sketchy. Let's put it that way. So they know they got to deal with that with him dealing with Jericho. That's just my opinion.
Guevara and Lee Johnson jockeying for position.
He's trying to get a front headlock as Sammy, but Lee was able to scoot out, got himself a go behind, popped up with a mat return. Nice job.
But Guevara immediately back up to his feet, trying to break the grip, and does so of Lee Johnson.
Good way to break the grip. When you sit down on the grip, you force the man's, his grip to break. And there's a mat return right there by Sammy G. Oh, flexing it up, getting a little cocky.
Taz, we were talking about Full Gear and MJF and Jericho's confrontation. What about the first ever Elite Deletion match between Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara?
Well, it's every time those two men, Guevara and Hardy meet, it's nasty, it's deadly, it's dangerous, it's catastrophe. So it's must-see TV, so we shall see a Full Gear.
Leapfrog up and over the top by Guevara.
Nice
Backflips
job.
over Lee Johnson, a drop kick. Takes down big shotty Guevara, making it look effortless.
Spanish God is just silky smooth, man. Look, just silky smooth.
He exudes confidence, does Sammy Guevara. And he's returning to the corner of keeping the pressure on Lee Johnson.
He's not rushing into nothing. For a young athlete, Guevara takes his time and brings the intensity that's needed to be a winner, to be a champion. And I promise you, one day soon, Sammy Guevara will be a champion.
Chop to the chest sends Lee Johnson from corner to corner. Guevara hammers throat. Johnson elevates up and over,
Nice
rolls
job,
through.
nice job.
Ducks the clothesline, sends Guevara into the ropes. Wow, leapfrog. Went for the trip, but hits the drop kick.
Yeah, Lee Johnson has one of the probably one of the better mocking. Look at that, Spanish guy. Lee Johnson's drop kick, could be one of the better drop kicks in the company in AEW. I mean, we have a lot of excellent drop kickers, but Lee's up there.
Overhand chops exchanged by both competitors. Johnson just gets rocked.
Yes, that was a tight forearm shiver right there by Sammy Guevara.
Guevara keeping the pressure on Johnson via a series of chops.
Guevara is a very unique competitor. It's tough to deal with a guy in a match with a guy like Sammy, because you never know when he's hurting. He never shows you sweat. He never shows you problems until you start chopping him like that. But then he shuts down Lee Johnson.
Well, Taz, a chop to the chest is never going to win the match.
Right.
But it's gonna throw your opponent off their game plan.
You're right. It hurts. It slows your opponent down. It gets your opponent thinking about that pain for that moment. But no, it's a great point. You're not going to win a match by it, but it'll definitely slow down your opponent rapidly.
Guevara backing Lee Johnson up to the corner. Now, sending Johnson across Guevara. Whoa, Lee Johnson avoids it, hits the Gamengiri.
Looks at Lee's got something in mind, or maybe a springboard, something.
Oh!
Whoa! Man, what a landing. Great job by Sammy.
Simple but effective strategy by Sammy Guevara, Taz.
No doubt, man. No doubt. It's exactly right, Excalibur. Just push the foot, push the ankle, push the foot off that rope, and, you go falling down, and that's exactly what happened to Lee.
You leave your feet voluntarily. You could pay a price. Lee Johnson finding that out the hard way. As Sammy Guevara now bringing up Lee Johnson, delayed vertical suplex.
Good strength right there. Oh, right across the gut on the top rope.
Guevara hangs Johnson out to dry.
Now you hit that top rope on your gut, on your stomach like that, it hurts. You can see how tight the ropes are. Sammy's laying across the ropes, and the ropes are not even sagging. These are cable ropes. Okay, some rings are made of rope with a little cable in it. This is made of straight steel cable with garden hose over it and tape. It's tight as hell, tighter than rope. I know it sounds weird, but you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Talked about the misnomer of ropes.
Yes, it's important though for fans to know that never been in the ring, and most fans haven't. Never been thrown into a rope or had their body or face smashed into a rope. It can do damage.
Yeah, and the reason those ropes are so tight is because when somebody gets whipped into it, they actually the momentum is transferred and it sends them back.
Right, exactly.
Propels them back across the ring.
And the ropes have to be tighter so the mat can deal with the suspension of the impact of guys landing, unlike in a boxing contest, as when we're talking to Anthony Ogogo about that. It's a different type of landing, a different type of ring than a boxing ring. The ring breakdown. I think some fans like it.
Yeah, I think it's good analysis.
Yeah.
It's something that's not often spoken about.
Exactly. The ring for a wrestler is your home. That's our home. That's the office. You know what I mean? Sammy's building up to. He's building up to.
Again.
I gotta tell you, if I was in my prime and I was wrestling Sammy and he did something like that, would drive me crazy. But that's what he does. He frustrates people. He makes them crazy.
And Sammy over the top with the tornado. And look at this landing in a pose, Taz.
I'll take breaks. I'm not like the other phony today. I'm the best ever.
Sammy cutting promos. But anyway, yeah, this is just tremendous. And to your point, just landing in that Sammy G Spanish God pose. I don't know how the hell he did that, dude. I really couldn't tell you. That was amazing.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But Sammy Guevara, evidently both. Lee Johnson, clothesline swung for the fences with that one.
Lee's trying to get some momentum going on his side here. Be a big-time upset victory if he can capture a win over the Inner Circle's Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, if you're Sammy, you can't afford to look past Lee Johnson. Sammy,
toe-to-toe here, man.
Sammy may have tomorrow night on his mind, Taz, but Lee Johnson is hunting for an upset.
Those overhand rights. Nice knee right there to the gut. Another one. That'll shut down anyone. You start throwing punches, you get caught in the knee like that, or in the gut like that.
Hanging neckbreaker there from Johnson. Springs up to his feet. Big shot, he feeling it. Guevara's slow to get up.
Yeah, he's hurting. Sammy is hurting.
Guevara really staggered here. Lee Johnson, again, that chop to the chest just inflicting so much pain. You see how red Sammy Guevara's, Johnson rocks him with the enziguri.
And now Lee can fly. Let's see what he's got in mind here.
Lee Johnson, springboard, missile, drop kick. Covers, hooks the far leg, no.
Well, he didn't get the win, but that was smart this time. When Lee went for that springboard, he made sure that Sammy was far enough away not to knock his balance off again like Sammy did earlier to Lee.
Johnson needs to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, he probably should have had a little more sense of urgency right there in that moment. I mean, it's easy said when you're sitting here at the announce desk, but still, you get gassed this late in the match.
Well, this late in the match also, I mean, we're outdoors. It's Florida. The heat, the humidity, you're fighting against the elements. Sammy Guevara springboards up. Lee Johnson with the anti-air. Takes down Guevara, sends him spilling to the outside.
This match has just been a lot of high flying, a lot of physical, very physical, I should say, high flying.
Lead shot, whoa! Wow, Lee Johnson taking to the skies. And Sammy Guevara may be in serious trouble here, Taz.
I think he is. I think Sammy's in grave danger, and Lee Johnson not giving a damn, man. That was just, wow.
Johnson took his foot off the gas momentarily earlier, and Taz,
I don't know.
Damn it, he's doing the same thing again.
I know, he's just got to get rolling. Don't worry about your tape, man. Get on him, kid. Get on him.
Lee Johnson trying to hook up Sammy Guevara. Guevara really putting his weight down, and Johnson just eats a series of elbows to the back of the head.
Well, nice way to get out of that by Sammy. Maybe going backslide, maybe not.
Backslide avoided. The switch, and Johnson elevates up and over, rolls out. Oh, Enziguri rattled Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, Lee has been, late in the match here, has been one step ahead of Sammy. Uh-oh.
Oh, but Sammy just blindsided, flying knee strike.
Love that blindside misdirection with that knee was just brutal.
And Taz noticed after Sammy hit that knee, his demeanor, his facial expressions completely changed.
Oh, to your point, Sammy, the Spanish God, can flip a switch, and we saw it.
And now he's got Johnson up the GTH. That has got to be it for Lee Johnson.
Yeah, I think Lee's out, like knocked out. Yeah, the referee, Bryce Rosberg, said, just cover him. You got him. He's hurt.
Sammy could be going for another.
He's definitely sending a message directly to Matt Hardy. That's what he's doing. So he just did it with the hand signal.
Oh!
Twist of fate.
The twist of fate. The elite deletion match at Full Gear, clearly on the mind of Sammy Guevara.
The winner of this match, Sammy Guevara.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was excellent. I'll tell you what, Lee Johnson busted his ass in that match, as did Sammy. Sammy came out on top. And, we saw, as I pointed out, sending a direct message to Matt Hardy. You take a guy's finishing move and nail it and do his hand signal, you're going right at him, man. That's what he did here.
And Taz, some people could be asking, how could the elite deletion match not be on the mind of Sammy Guevara? But he's got so much to think about. He had Lee Johnson tonight. He's got to team up with Ortiz tomorrow to take on MJF and Wardlow. He's got a ton on his plate.
He's got a ton on his plate, but he get into the press. I got to tell you, just on a side note, AEW, dog, I'm sure you agree, it's the best free wrestling you're going to get anywhere. Right here. The amount of wrestling we give, the pure wrestling matches, no BS, no nothing. Dude, and it don't cost you a dime. It's tremendous.
A tremendous main event to cap off this evening of AEW Dark. Be sure to tune in Dynamite tomorrow, 8/7 Central on TNT.
All right, guys, here we go. Can't wait to see it.
Que Dios bendiga la botella.
Oh my gosh, Chris, you've completely outdone yourself.
But dead ass, yo, how is this even possible?
I mean, look at the craftsmanship. It's so beautiful. Look how it turned out. It's absolutely exquisite.
Drink what the Demo God drinks.
A little bit of the bubbly is back, baby.
Supplies are limited. Go to littlebitofthebubbly.com and order now. Get it before it's gone, because last year sold out.
Viva el vino brioso! Yeah!